Hi.
Hey guys.
Well, we were not here last week, but for a good reason. It was an emergency, and we'll just leave it at that.
It's still an emergency, but
It's
I'm here.
still it's still an emergency, but we are doing something now. This is something. And honestly, with the election and the emergency and life, we haven't watched very much wrestling.
No.
No.
I was trying to remember a while ago if I've watched any. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know I haven't watched any WWE, I'll tell you that. But there is one thing that happened that even if we didn't watch any wrestling, we could do a whole show about. Jay White now has the briefcase.
I bet you were excited when you saw it.
Oh, I was. The second it happened, I was like, oh my God. And then like 5 hours later, they said Biden won. I was like, oh my God, this day just keeps getting better. You know, it was just a good day all around that day. But yeah, he beat Kota Ibushi, but now they're trying, and this is what I'm trying to get, kind of getting a little fucking pissed about. So Jay has the briefcase. Kota can't get the briefcase back now because you only got one shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now they have Kota against Naito for both belts. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, fucking it's Jay and Naito, let it happen. Right?
Maybe eventually it will, right? That's the plan.
I mean, I still wanted Jay and Evil, but it was funny though, in his after show promo, he's like, I did what Evil couldn't. And I was like, yes, you did. That's why he's our leader. Anyway, but there's a lot of New Japan coming up. We got World Tag League, we got Best of the Super Juniors, we got Super J,
Super what?
the Super J tournament.
Oh.
That's the one ELP won last year. So we got it again this year. And I kind of feel bad for them. That means they're
Why?
not coming home till after like New Year's.
I mean, there's not really much to do.
Christmas with their kids.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Tama's gonna miss Christmas with his kids. Damn. Anyway. But I'm excited. I honestly, the moment I heard God is gonna be in World Tag League, I was like, I know who's winning.
You hope. You thought he was winning this one, and it
I'm
didn't
just gonna
happen.
say he wins every time. I mean, everybody should just figure as much that Tama's gonna win. Like, hello. But I will say, the second we hear the God theme song again on TV, I might cry.
Oh gosh.
I cried when I heard the J one, okay? And then when he walked out, I was like, oh my God, look at him. He's so precious. Because he is. And Fale's going to be back too, guys. Yeah.
I'm not that excited about that.
Well, I like Fale. Fuck the other guy. Fale, though, we like. Cool dude. We like him. Not the other guy. Fuck the other guy. Fale's carrying that team anyway. Right?
Yes.
Exactly. And I mean, they're not going to win. that's like having Yujiro in the G1. They're not going to win. Like, they're that team that's like, oh, they're going to try. They'll maybe get one win in the whole thing, and I don't know. It might be during against Osprey.
Oh God.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh, but apparently Lana went through a table the 8th time.
She did. I saw it a second ago.
Oh my God. Honestly, and I'm just gonna say this now, this whole everything on Raw and SmackDown is literally just a mess. It's a mess. Like I can't even do it anymore. I can't. Like the only reason I was watching got messed up. So I can't watch it. Like they fucked over Retribution. They fucked over Bray.
Well, but I mean, Bray fucked that over himself, didn't he? And he the one that did that.
I don't know. Whoever chose to put her in there fucked it over for me. Also, can we just talk about my Abby the Witch costume though? Just talk about it. It was beautiful.
It's very nice.
People loved it. I had a family photo with my pets in it. Anyway. But yeah, I just can't. And we were my brother and I were talking the other day, and he's like, "You're coming over for Survivor Series, right?" And I was like, "What matches are we watching?" I'm like, "Okay, so we're gonna see Sammy and Bobby Lashley again." Wasn't even good the first time. Roman and Randy, right?
Right.
Who cares? I mean, people might like it. I don't. I've seen Roman and Randy. I don't. Like, really?
No, it's not Roman and Randy. I thought it was Randy and Drew. Is it not Randy and Drew again?
I thought it was champion versus champion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It'd have to be Roman and Randy, right?
I was just thinking about the fights and arguments that they're having.
Yeah, I think what'll happen is Drew's gonna interfere.
Yeah.
Here, I'll double check the card just in case, but I was fairly certain.
No, you're right. I was just thinking about the arguments they're having.
No, I think Drew's gonna interfere and Roman will win. Yeah, Roman and Randy. Then Team Raw, Keith Lee, AJ Styles, Sheamus, Braun, and one more person versus Team SmackDown, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and one person. It could be good. Maybe. Then we got Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Lana versus Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, and 3 more to be decided. And then Asuka and Sasha, that'll probably be good.
Yeah.
Street Profits and New Day, I think that'll be good. Bobby and Sammy, I still think Sammy's gonna win. I think he's gonna win. And now they're teasing on the network that Alexa Bliss is going to have The Undertaker on a special. So you know what they're teasing. Yeah, but it's gonna be really bad the way they do it. Like this is what I wanted, but they're gonna make it about her.
That's true.
Yeah. So Undertaker, it's your final hoorah in the fucking company. Final goodbye, whatever the fuck we're calling it. But it's gonna be about Alexa. Why? You know what, though? I will say the one thing that is keeping me entertained slightly more into SmackDown than Raw, Billie Kay is not even wrestling. She's just being a comedy act at this point. Not even wrestling. She's just like, hey, I'm here. Look at my resume. Look at my headshots. And I'm like, girl, you're trying. And if rumors are to be believed, Peyton will no longer be getting a push. So they broke them up for nothing.
Well, they didn't break them up on bad terms. At least they could put them back together if they wanted to.
It's going to have to happen because right now it's like they tried to put Peyton with Lacey Evans. And you could just tell, like, she's trying to act like she wants to be on this team, but you could tell Peyton's just like, why the fuck am I here? Like, there's zero chemistry between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, zero. You would think that they're just 2 random people and not a team.
Are.
Yeah. That'd be like you doing the podcast with somebody else. You're like, oh, Nikki's gone for a long time, so we're just going to have somebody else come do it. Yeah. And, like, it seemed vice versa. Like, the other day, I was like, well, if this emergency doesn't get better, I'm going to have somebody, like, step in for a couple weeks to give her time. And I'm like, it won't be the same.
No, it'd be weird.
It'd be weird. People would be like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, it may come down to that. You'd have to figure out who you would get, though.
I have a couple friends I could have step in who have like setups and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I could get somebody. I don't think we could get our lovely, lovely friend who loves Will Ospreay. I don't think we could get her because she's busy. And I'm still waiting on one tiebreaker for the D1 Classic, by the way, guys.
Huh.
Because Gallows and Tama tied.
Really?
They did. They tied.
Huh.
So I have to ask. I was going to ask our Ospreay loving friend, but like, I don't know if we need different opinions or if we're just going to have her opinion, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But that happened. And I was like, oh, we got a tie. I didn't see that coming. That was something I really did not see coming. But last week, the week that Jen had a rough week choosing, we have 2 winners. And it was not a tie, so good thing we don't have to, bust out a tiebreaker for this one. Jon Moxley beat Pete Dunne.
Not surprised.
And Sami Zayn won. Sami Zayn may be screwed over everywhere else, but on our show, he wins. 78-22. Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. And if these numbers are anything, Sami might win because Mox only had 71. Yeah. Not bad.
Possible.
Not too shabby, Sami Wow. You did it. So now we are in the next round. Our first round is over. We're moving on to round 2 of the D1. And this week's battles are the ones that I know Bray's going to lose it. So, if he loses it, that's okay. That's okay. But it's Bray Wyatt and Shawn Michaels.
He might not. You never know.
I know. And then the second one for the week is Samoa Joe and Andrade. Yeah. So it could happen.
Oh my gosh.
It could happen.
You should see this. They're having the 24/7 title flipping hands a bunch of times, and one of the Viking Raiders got it for like a second.
Oh, it was Ivar, because Eric is...
Yeah.
Right?
That's what they've reduced him to, I guess.
Well, yeah, because his tag partner had neck surgery. So what else is he going to do? Have a meaningful career?
Guess not.
Yeah, guess not. I just keep looking at our D1 thing because we're almost 50% of the way through, and poor Finn Balor has nobody to go against. I'm like, who do I might ask one of my friends and be like, hey, I need you to pick.
Do that.
Man, maybe I'll ask one of my guy friends. I'll be like, hey, question. Tama Tonga or Gallows?
Don't give him any of the criteria. Just
no.
pick.
No. Well, most of my friends who know wrestling knows what we're doing. So, they'll know, they know we're going charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent, if you like the wrestler, and if they're daddy. So, I know who I would pick. I know who Jen would pick. I don't know who anybody else would pick. I'm actually very proud of the big LG in this round. He pulled through some. He managed to get 50% of the vote. Bless his heart. But speaking of him, we got some big freaking news this weekend. It's Talking Shop A Mania too.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
What?
Like the election stuff. But yeah, that too.
Well, yeah. I was saving that for the end. We're going to have a big...
okay.
A big to-do. But anyway, Talking Shop A Mania 2. Which, Jen, you weren't impressed with the first one.
No.
Definitely
not in the mood for the second one. Definitely not. Not in the mood for that.
On Friday the 13th. You know what's funny is like there's two distinct crowds on Talking Shop A Mania 2. You have the people who are just like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened in wrestling. Or you have the people who are like, I don't fucking get it. Like it turns out my brother falls into the first category because he's watched it like probably 9 times now.
Huh.
I'm like, well, that's more than I have.
Interesting.
I've only watched like 5 times. Yeah. So the second one, we're like, yes. I actually told him, I was like, hey, instead of Survivor Series, can we just watch Talking Shop A Mania 2? Oh, Tucky just won a title.
All right.
He won a title before Otis. Oh my god.
That's sad.
Well, shit. But yeah. It's really something, you know? Does that mean Otis is the Marty Jannetty?
No, but that's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, like in teams like ours, we don't have the rockers. Like neither one of us are the Marty Jannetty, and neither one of us are the Shawn Michaels. That's why we're Gallows and Anderson, because like we're both hot fucking messes.
Yep.
And we're not very good at what we do. But fuck, we're entertaining. Right?
True.
Yeah. I mean, if like you don't see like wrestling fans who are like, I want the hard hitting news coming over here. Like we're not Dave Meltzer. But anyway, Tex Ferguson or Sex Ferguson. I'm so used to saying Tex because of Southpaw and Chad Too Bad are having the second round of their epic battle. Yeah. And I guess not Sammy. Fuck, what I'm thinking about Redhead. Heath Slater is gonna be on the pay-per-view, and Tommy Dreamer and Taya. They got a whole bunch of Impact people on there now.
Oh.
Yeah. And also, for our good brothers, they have a shot at winning the Impact Tag Team Champions in January. At Hard to Kill. I think that's what it's called. So.
Interesting.
I know. Cannot believe it. Also, hopefully they'll be in Japan soon because we have a new president. Sorry. I just really want them back in New Japan right now. That's just how I feel. Yeah. That's just how I'm feeling right now is can they come back to Japan right now? But yeah, I'm excited for Talking Shop A Mania 2. Honestly, I think it's just going to be as much. Some people are saying it could be more of a hot mess than the first one, which I don't know how that's possible.
I think that's always possible, isn't it?
Well, true. That is very true. But still, man. But yeah, Impact, they are still trying to figure out who shot Johnny Bravo. We still don't know. I'm kind of thinking Rosemary might have done it. I didn't think that before, but I think she could have shot him. Either that or Taya shot him. Somebody said with the trajectory of the bullet, it had to have been on their, like, from their direction. Which now people are going all JFK on this. So, like, I could kind of see it. Like, either that or it was, like, the two of them, like, teaming up and be like, hey, we got to get rid of them.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's possible. But the only thing with Rosemary is, though, that, like, I think she wanted to sacrifice him after the wedding and not during the wedding, you know? She seemed more apt to do it after. Because they barely got to the I do's. They didn't
She
even
did look
feel it.
surprised.
Huh?
She did look surprised.
She did. But then I'm like, she's a good actress. So, like, who knows? I could be totally wrong, and it could be, like, fucking the Deaners or somebody who shot him. Like, I could be wrong. Like, fucking AC Romero shot him. I don't know. Who knows? It could have been the Motor City Machine Guns in the conservatory with a candlestick, for all I know.
So this is kind of like Who Shot JR.
It is. And let me tell you, it's some good TV. Like, Impact, no offense, WWE, Impact is bringing it. And Randy's talking shit. He's like, I almost called him Johnny Impact. Mercury, you went to the minor leagues. I'm like, really? Because the minor leagues are real fucking entertaining right now. So, I mean, they're kind of entertaining me more now than Raw. So,
I mean, I don't know. Raw has its moments, but they're...
I feel, and I get that. Like, Raw and SmackDown both have their moments where I'm, like, entertained. But, like, Impact, it's more, like, consistent entertainment.
Right.
Like, it's hard pressed for me. And I've watched Impact, like, consecutively when Broken Matt was on. And then I went kind of every once in a while and then back to consecutively when the Good Brothers... No, before the Good Brothers. It was around Allie and Rosemary. I started watching it weekly. It has... Sometimes there's bad nights. Like, and their bad nights, though, is not the same kind of bad night as you would have on Raw.
Right.
Like, if it's a bad episode of Impact, I can at least pick out something that I liked. Like, I wouldn't sit there and be like, oh my God, everything was bad. I'd say, yeah, it wasn't great, but like, this thing and this thing was really good. But like, there's never that moment of like, when I'm watching Raw sometimes, it's just like, oh, can this be over? Like, especially in that third hour. That third hour is like, come on. That third hour is rough. And part of me is wondering, like, is that why I'm more like the 3 hours is just not working?
3 hours is a long time.
It is. And now AEW said they're gonna go 3 hours.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, ooh, that's the kiss of death. I would not. I'd like, as much as I do not like AEW, I'll give them this advice: do not go 3 hours. Do not. That'll be. Like, I already know some people who are, like, over AEW now because just how their booking is and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, like, the Young Bucks won the tag titles, I guess. Surprise. And now Cody said he's going to run for senator of Georgia.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jen. He's going to be your senator.
I don't think so.
You might need to move to Phoenix before then. Or anywhere else. Just, we got to move.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll have to call him Senator Rhodes.
Nobody's going to vote for him.
I want to know what party he's running with.
Oh, Republican. They're all Republicans.
I would hope. See, I say that, but then I think, like, I know Brandy isn't.
But from, like, things that I've seen, I think most of them are.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a lot more liberals at Impact in New Japan. I think that's where all the liberals went. Matt Hardy is pretty liberal.
Yeah.
But I think because Rebby, like, opened his eyes to a lot of shit. Anyway, especially, the other day. So, you know, because we have a new president. She was like, oh, hey, we got a new president, yay. And some guy was like, you and your kids just need to go back to Mexico. And she's like, I'm Puerto Rican. She's like, I'm not even from Mexico. I'm like, literally, she's from, like, somewhere that should be a state. So, it was pretty funny, though. She's like, I'm not from Mexico. I'm like, Well then. Yeah. That was bad. But anyway, yeah, I know Matt Hardy voted Biden. So I think it just is a mix. Like just like the WWE, there's a ton of people who exactly what they are, and then there's like Sami Zayn, you know what he is.
AJ Styles, you know what he is.
You know what he is. Which is crazy because like I'm pretty sure the rest of the Bullet Club now at least are pretty liberal. The ones who can vote in America are fair, and ELP. ELP is pretty liberal too. So like I think there's only like maybe one member now who's not. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one. Like I think Jay would even vote the other way if he could. But yeah. It's pretty easy to spot who's who. Yeah.
That's true.
It's pretty simple. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. That would throw me off though. He's like, I'm running for Democratic Senator of Georgia. I'd be like, what? I had you in a category. Excuse me, sir. Then I'd feel bad because then if I moved to Georgia, I'd have to vote for him.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm like, Lissy, my rights taken away or Cody Rhodes. Shit. I'm like begrudgingly just like, all right, I'm going to do this, but I don't feel good about it.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, that's what I did this time, but I wasn't begrudgingly about it, though. I was like, okay, listen, like, I kind of know how this is going to go. Like, I'm kind of get closer to where I want to be if I do this.
Right.
Yeah. God, that would be a shock. He'd be like, I'm the Democratic Senator of Georgia. I'd be like, huh? You're
That's
the what
a
now?
no.
See, you know who should be, and I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, and I don't even care. You know who should become a citizen and run for, like, senator? Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah.
Or Kevin. Sami or Kevin. I think that would be, like, really good.
I could see it.
I could see it. It'd have to be Kevin, though, because people would be like, oh, he's a Muslim?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Actually, well, I mean, Rashida Tlaib, she got a job. So who knows? Figure it out. But yeah, guys, anyway, because we're trying to cut this episode kind of short because Jen still has that emergency. We have a new president.
I could play that song that we like so much.
Did you see the TikToks with it?
Yes.
Yes. It's great, guys. Did anybody? I hope people had like a dance party or something.
People did lots of places.
I know they didn't hear.
Really?
Sadly, no, because the other side is still in the parking lot at the voting office saying it is impossible.
Gosh.
And I'm like, no, it's not. So, girl, when I saw Georgia Blue, I was like,
well, they kept talking about it like they thought it would be a swing state, and people were like, no, it won't, no, it won't. And I really didn't think so either.
Okay. So here, this is how I felt. And I do gotta say, maybe I'm a little psychic because on the podcast Twitter on election day, I said Arizona blue, Georgia blue. And as of right now, Arizona is blue and Georgia is blue. So like,
it's true.
am I a psychic? I had high hopes. I have a feeling Arizona's going to switch back, but it's not going to be a lot of votes.
That would suck.
Here's the thing. Trump may only get 600 votes from us, but we got 2 Democratic senators now. So.
Well, two of the Senate races here are going into runoff.
Yeah. So if you're in Georgia, and if you're not registered, please register to vote in the runoff. If I was in Georgia, I would vote in the runoff. Literally.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think runoffs don't matter, but
now people are like, okay, maybe they matter. Just a little, you know? And the nice part for Arizona, what the Senate may not like, is our senator, Martha McSally, total fucking bitch. I can say that now. She was in between two terms, right? Because she took over for John McCain.
Mm-hmm.
So since that happened, and Mark Kelly, the astronaut whose wife got shot in the head and survived, he takes over the Senate right when they confirm it. Oh. Which is good. That's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, he'd have to wait till like January. And he could actually, they said it'll probably be November 30th. Is his first day. He's actually already there. Like, in like, because they have like new senator orientation and all this stuff. He's actually there already.
Huh.
Like, doing his thing. I'm like, good for him. But then, like, Martha's still out there. Like, no, I still won. We're like, no, you didn't win. Like, her vote count is like way more than Biden and Trump's ever were. Like, she lost. Like, it was a huge gap. Like, but hey, she says she still won. I don't think so. But anyway, guys, we're really freaking happy about this. We'll
play the song when we get done at the end.
That'll be our outro.
Yes.
That and Jay White all in one day, though. Man. Literally, I think the first thing I said, it was like, hey, Jay White won the briefcase and Joe Biden's president. Like, come on. That is not, for this podcast, that is the most poetic thing to happen. Jay White wins. And then the next day, he shows up at the press conference in that little sweater set. Yes. Yes, he did. He had his little white turtleneck on.
He was celebrating, too.
He was celebrating. He had those really nice glasses on. I'm like, look at him out here serving it up. He's doing the Lord's work.
Or the devil's. Take your pick.
Or the devil's. Who knows? But yeah. Jay White killing it right now. And we're going to have to watch Wrestle Kingdom both nights.
Oh, gosh.
God, what if he wins?
That would be awesome. But
if he wins,
who knows?
I'm going to fucking lose it. I will. I'll be like, well, it happened.
Lose it all over Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I'll lose it everywhere. I'll be like, look at him. He won. But also, I mean, Super J Cup, we got ELP coming back. A man who, by the time he gets to his little, his round, this next round, it'll be right before Super J Cup. So there you go.
He made it through. That's crazy.
Yeah, he made it through, and he got his visa to America. The man is doing, he has a lot of things going on. I mean, he actually didn't think he'd be able to come over here, but they said they loosened it up once Biden won.
Huh. Interesting.
Because now we have a plan.
Hopefully.
Oh, they announced it today.
What'd they say?
They announced the new task force that actually has like doctors and like pandemic like epidemiologists and all them. And one of them's from Yale. She is an epidemiologist from Yale. That's right. She is an epidemiologist from Yale. And she's a woman of color. We support that on this show. And he said that he's not shutting down the economy, unlike all the rumors that were out there. Because I have a bunch of Trump supporting family members who are like, he's going to shut down the economy. I'm like, no. He said he wants a nationwide mask mandate, so you have to wear a mask. Like, there's none of this, it's my right bullshit. So you have to wear it.
That's going to be hard to enforce, though.
I mean,
I think it's a good thing, but it's still going to be hard to enforce.
I think there's a way to do it. I mean, there's stores here where, like, they are, like, fucking cracking down. Like the grocery store by my house, if you walk in and don't have a mask on, they'll literally like stop you at the door and be like, you need to leave. But then like I guess people at Walmart were like taking the mask off once they got inside. So now Walmart, they have people walking around.
Oh,
And if they catch you, you're kicked out of the store.
nice.
They'll be like, no, you can't finish your transaction. You need to leave. I'm like, oh shit. So I think it can be done. I think it's just gonna take. It's not gonna be overnight, like.
Right.
And then he said he's going. I think it was like $29 billion for testing, PPE, and what was the other one? Testing, PPE. I forgot the other one, but he's adding more testing sites and getting more equipment to hospitals. And there was one other thing he was going to do.
Well, they announced the vaccine.
Yeah, the vaccine too. Between Biden and the vaccine, the stock market was at like up like 1,600 points.
Yeah, and Trump tweeted about it. Like he did it.
Like he did it. And Pfizer was like, did you see Pfizer's tweet after?
Uh-oh.
So it's Pfizer who's coming up with the vaccine. And they said the COVID-19 vaccine that we're coming up with has 90% effective. And we have not taken 1 cent of government money to do this, so we can't be forced to do anything. I'm like, yeah, they came out, they're like, yeah, we didn't take any of his money, so don't listen to him.
Had nothing to do with him.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with him. This was our own money that we put into this. I'm like, man, they got him. Yeah, they're like, no, you didn't we didn't take your money, so I don't like pharmaceutical companies, but that was good comeback with that.
Mm-hmm.
We did not take your money, sir. Also, the Georgia drag queens all have outfit ideas now. There's a couple of them who have made cutouts of Georgia in red, and then
I did see that.
They flip it to blue.
They played that blue song by
Yeah. And then I just sit there and go, it's the gift that keeps on giving. The drag queens are happy. I mean, people are dancing in the streets. They're about to free Melania.
It's like VE Day or something.
It is. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, there's going to be some sailor kissing a nurse in the middle of Times Square.
With their masks on.
With their mask on, of course. Unless they're married, then they can do it. Socially distanced from other people, of course. It was funny, though, because somebody in my family is one of those people who's just like, that can't happen. Well, he's like, well, yes, the virus is over now. I'm like, actually, no. There is 125,000 cases in one day. So, no, it's not over. It's still going. A lot. It's like, at this case, I'm going to call Southwest to be like, can I just get a refund on those flight credits? Because at this point, I'm not flying anytime soon. Ever. I'm going to have to walk to the next WrestleMania.
Oh, gosh.
I'm kidding. I'm not walking. Unless it was like down the street from my house, maybe. And even then, I'd be like, no, it's too far. Get an Uber.
Too many people.
That's too many people. Yeah. So, yeah. This was kind of a good week for anybody but WWE. At least that's how I feel about it.
Well, I don't know. Their Trump getting fired clip is probably
that was amusing. I want to know, like, now is he out of the Hall of Fame?
No.
Can he be out of the Hall of Fame?
I doubt it.
Can we make this happen? Can we just have Sami Zayn like rip the picture off the wall and step on it? I feel like that would be fitting. Also, I got to tell you as well, there's a lot of old time wrestlers that I did not know supported Biden. That was a shocker.
Like who?
The Iron Sheik. Yeah.
I could see that though.
And Gerald Briscoe.
Hmm.
Because he is a Native American and he does not like how people were treated. Yes. There's a couple other ones, but I forgot who they were. But yeah. So, guys, it's a good time. But hey, be vigilant. Seriously. That's going to be my closing words. Be vigilant. Keep an eye on your surroundings. Because, like, you don't know what they're going to do.
It's true.
As a conspiracy theorist who is not a QAnon conspiracy theorist, but kind of a liberal conspiracy theorist, keep an eye out. That's all I'm going to say.
Can I play my song now?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
It's a hit.
It's a hit. It should be number 1 on the charts.
It should.
It should. Anyway, guys, hopefully next week we are back with a more normal show.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We'll figure it out. But yeah. So celebrate Jay White. Celebrate the new president. Tell the old one to fuck off. And watch New Japan and the Impact.
Yes.
Also watch N Shop A Mania on Fight TV for $13.99. I had to put that last plug in because, like, come on, guys. Support the big LG and Machine Gun. Because they're the male versions of us.
That is true.
That is
Even though
true.
I don't like it.
There's so many things I could say. And you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once I heard about all that, I was like, that sounds convenient. Anyway, guys, until next week. Jen, play the song. Bye. Bye.